bizarre dreams. I've got some examples. Some people have had dates with John Bon Jovi. Interesting. Some have even shared a takeaway with Barack Obama. I mean, okay. Some are even reacting to a Greg's order. I mean, yes, you could laugh. People have come out sharing their most hilarious tales. Now, this is a Brit woman, and she revealed her hilarious sleep-talking story. And she lives in Mid-Somerset. She encouraged others to share their weird and wonderful tales. One lady got the shock of her life when her husband told her, wait for this, he had bought a boat. And that was all in him wondering. So yeah, it got us thinking. Do we have any sort of funny sleep pattern stories or dreams? Are we a dreamer?
Oh yeah.
You are?
Yeah. I like going to sleep and thinking about all the lovely stuff I want to achieve in my life.
Oh,
and then
so
fall
cute.
asleep.
Oh, I wish I could say the same thing.
Oh dear.
My dreams are nightmares. I mean, I get the most horrible dreams, and I don't know why. I mean...
Are you eating cheese before you sleep?
Now you see, it's really weird you said that, because I was really, as a child, I was conscious about that, because get this, I watched Richard and Judy years and years ago on their show, and they said if you eat cheese before you go to bed, you will have nightmares. Yep. And it stuck with me. Of course, some people say it's a wise myth, but there is a logic behind it. I won't have cheese before I go to bed, but yet I will still dream. I have the most horrible dreams. I mean, the dreams that just repeat themselves. Like I'm at my old house, or my old flat, and I've been taken out, and I've had this since I was a child, and I'm literally, these two men grab me and they throw me in the rubbish chute. And I get the continuous, I've had it so many times, but some dreams just really stick in your head. Don't you think?
I don't really dream a lot, and if I do, then I wake up forgetting the dream. So I have a very short-term memory, so I don't really.
No, I don't.
Think
I forget my
what I dream about
yeah.
at night, because, as I say, I do things that matter, and I say and I write things that matter.
Yeah.
And if it's all in your subconscious, then why does it matter? So I just think we went deep.
Sorry,
but
that's really okay.
We went deep here, but
no, you just really confused me. That's all.
Each to their own, innit?
Yes. Yes. I don't know quite what to say on the matter of that now. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read from here. So this woman was writing on Mumsnet. The unnamed woman admitted that, of course she's unnamed, admitted that while she rarely talks in her sleep, she nudged her other half and asked him to check the little man who was still in the cupboard. I'm sorry, why does that make me laugh? During the middle of the night. So apparently she had a dream where she thought a little man was in the cupboard. Could have just been me. Yeah, that's quite funny. After he confirmed that the cupboard was indeed empty, she then asked others to share any amusing stories that they could recall while sleeping. So she was talking in her sleep, basically, having a dream about a little man who was about to come in through the cupboard. Imagine you just waking up and you're like, I'm sure Warwick Davis is in my cupboard. And like, there's a little man here, and he's like, yes, I'm presenting Tenable. I'm like, no. I'm like, but it's funny though, but you haven't had any, you don't dream, so you're out of the picture.
Very rarely.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah.
And you don't dream either?
Yeah, I dream.
But you dream nice dreams?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I have bad dreams. You know, every time, I don't know if you get this, but before you wake up, you have this one dream you have that wakes you up and you're like, oh my god.
Yes.
That dream was really serious.
It makes me jump, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have dreams where, in my dream, I know I don't like the dream.
Yeah.
And
you can't get out of it.
And so I scream. I scream as loud as I can in my dream. And I scream so loud it wakes me up. But I'm not physically screaming, but in my dream I know that I don't like this. And I'm trying in my dream
sleep paralysis?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I'm just screaming in my dream, and then all of a sudden I've woken up. And I just thought, actually, I've not been screaming at all, but it's woken me up. I always get that. When the dream is so painful, I just scream in my head, and it just wakes me for some reason. But I can't ever tell you a story I've ever had a good dream.
You've never had
Not really. Not a dream not really.
Wow.
No, not one that I can say, because I don't like dreaming. I mean, it got to the point where I didn't want to sleep for a while, because I thought if I sleep, this was as a child, I would get these nightmares, and it just scared me.
Why don't you try thinking of nice things?
I used to think about, like, when I was really young, at the age of like 6, 7, I used to go to sleep, even in January, thinking about, okay, Christmas is coming, when it's not, and what I would want for Christmas, and try and get my mind set in that, but it just didn't work.
Dreams are interesting because they're not actually real.
No.
Like, what is happening isn't real,
Yes.
and chances are it will probably never be real.
Yeah.
But it's just the worrying kind of thought on your mind.
Isn't
when
it
you
a
wake
play
up
up of what you've done throughout the day, or the current situation in your life? Apparently some sleep experts said, dreams reflect what you do in everyday life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like we can take dreams to a whole new level and borderline it with like being like a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had dreams before, I want things to come to pass, and they nearly certainly have.
Yes.
Or a way that I want my life to go, and because I'm dreaming it, I'm meditating about it, like it's actually going that way. I think dreams are really powerful. I feel tough to you don't dream.
But I have the opposite theory. I think that if while you're awake, you're doing the things that you want to do and you're being what you're aspiring to be, or it's just a dream because you're not entirely conscious, is it just something you want to avoid?
No, it's got nothing to do with me avoiding. Like, say I'm doing whatever I want to do in my life, and then I go to sleep. I'm like, right, I've done this. I'm so happy. I want all of this stuff to come true, and I dream about it, and I manifest it. So for me, it's like really deep. Like I love dreaming. It's awesome.
Well, it appears that one thing that lady put out on Mumsnet has actually spied out to a lot of people dreaming. There's hilarious tales from people who told their stories, including one who shared a chat with John and Bon Jovi whilst enjoying a takeaway with meatloaf. I wonder what they were eating. And Barack Obama, and others whose husband told her he brought a boat. I mean, honestly. Yeah, I mean, if I was dreaming that I was on stage performing with Cher, then that would be a good dream. I mean, but that's not going to become a reality, sadly.
Yeah. I do it every night.